All right, family. Black Power, Black Power. This is the truth hour with General Sarah. Soon said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy? You should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description is in the chat. Click it. You'll get an introduction video rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasum Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasum Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, for the kings, the queens, and the children, African and Kemetic jewelry fly for the kings and the queens. We got holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. We got something for your family. Get over there. Check out the catalog. 25% off selected items at this time. 25% off selected items at this time. Get over there, get you a discount, get you something hot. Shop and save, and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 2,000 videos, all the videos, subjects that you know and love from the general to raw for YouTube, ancient Egypt, Ethiopia, India, the Olmeca, voyages of the Nile, Black woman is God, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, exposed. We got Black power politics and economics, occult, alchemy, sacred language. We got it all over there, family. So hand-picked documentaries and lectures from the grandmaster teachers and experts. There is not another website nowhere on the planet that can compare or compete. So become a member today. SETI University, generalseti.com. Everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. We got some fire up there right now. Uploaded about 5 different videos, classic material, creatures from the Caucasus. We got the what was the other one? We got the creatures from the Caucasus, the origins of the Uralian monkey, the 12 deadly diseases of niggerdom. Man, we got some fire up there right now, man. We got the band video on the Olympic opening ceremony, the one that was banned worldwide from the general. So you get on over there to Patreon. We got that work. I'm on Rumble. The link for Patreon is down in the video description. Click it. We're on Rumble, King Seti. Get over there, subscribe to King Seti on Rumble. All the family out there donate to the general. I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there like to donate to the hardworking general, the link right there in the video description on the screen, in the chat. Click it, donate. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasum Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Now, shocking ancient Egyptian temples found in southern India. Okay, we got to talk about this because this is an extension of our legacy. We not just we are global people. We are kings and queens that mastered the planet, mastered geography and cosmology, oceanography. You see, we were the first one with monumental navies on the oceans and seas, monumental navies on the oceans and seas. And so we got to talk about this. And so when people were still talking about you could sail off the side of the goddamn earth, we was already circumnavigated the earth, had already broken it down into longitude and latitude based off the celestial heavens. We knew how to navigate the oceans, the seas, by also navigating the stars, the constellations and the stars, and which were, that had been synchronized, with certain occurrences on the planet, such as the monsoon. So let's deal with this now. We ain't gonna cut you short. We gonna drop none but facts and prove it that even what you see. Wait a minute. Let me get this out of here. Let me get this out of here. Okay, Egyptian temples. There we go. But I'm gonna need the Naga too. I'm gonna need the Naga. I'm gonna need the Naga. I got to get the Naga out of here. Got to get the Naga out of here. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. Get that Naga out of here. So when we go to work, you know what I'm saying? We got firepower now. We can go to work. Yeah, we're gonna go to work. Remember who showed y'all this now? I had to say that. Cause they ain't doing it like this. No, sir. No, sir. All right. It's up there. Okay. Now this is one of the southern temples that when I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I said, wait a minute, man. You know, knowing you, but see, you got to know the layout of the Egyptian temple, and then once you know the layout of the Egyptian temple, you already know what it is. You ain't got to second guess at all. But see, the thing is about what some of them temples that you see in India today are modern temples. See, these are one of them oldest type Dravidian type temples that that was able to survive the onslaught of a lot of them damn the Muslims and shit that came into India, very destructive. Them goddamn Aryans who were very destructive to the ancient architecture, the ancient culture, or the Naga Kushites that were the prominent engineers and builders, master builders that built up these. Because the thing is, you see the stone. You see, and I'm gonna tell you, when you look at this and see you got to know what when you see it, that you see it's all around the world, that the Egyptian Kushite temple is the mother temple, mother sanctuary on the planet Earth. And damn near 99.9% of all sanctuaries, whether they be church, whether they be mosque, whether they be Hindu temple, whether they be whatever temple, whether it be the Freemason lodge, whatever it is based off of, whether it be Solomon temple, is based off of the ancient Egyptian temple, period. Okay. And so when I was, when you see here, and this, I have to get the pronunciation. I used to have it, the pronunciation. Now, when you look at this, now, the pyramid is what they call the Venema. Okay. Now, the thing about the Venema that you should know, inside the Venema is the Holy of Holies. So you will find either the lingam, which is a phallic symbol, or, if you're into the Hindu Kush, if you go into the Venema, you will find the lingam or some form of a deity, statue of a deity. And so that's the Holy of Holies. Okay. Now, as you can see, if you come all the way to the front, you know what I'm saying? You have the porch where you come on and then and see. And so when you look at the area between the porch, when you first come on to the porch, and between the porch and the Venema is a colonnade. If you go in, you will see columns. You see that lead to the Venema. Okay, and we'll break that down. That is the exact design of the Egyptian temple. You're not going to get away from that. Now, when you look at this temple now, which is in the southern India area, I believe is in what they call, I believe it's Hampi, Hampi, Hampi. Okay, and so this is one of the southern temple, and most of the southern temples are made out of stone. That's very significant, and so there was a lot of destruction where the Muslims came in there and destroyed a lot of that southern architecture because it speaks to the Cushite, the relationship of the Cushites. And so when you look at this temple, is beyond any doubt, when you look at even the Saint Corre Mosque, that's the same temple. You see, that is exactly the same temple that you see at the Saint Corre Mosque. But they don't call it a Venema. This is the and that I believe was the burial for a saint. Okay, because the Muslims at Timbuktu are Sufi Muslims, so that's a shrine to a saint, and I believe that the saint was buried in that pyramid. Okay, so yes, this was founded in 989 AD. And so and when you look at this, and I'll show you a clearer one, and you come back to the one in southern, you can see that wherever the shrine, the pyramid is, the shrine, you can see this is the layout that cannot be denied. You can go all over, this West Africa. You can see again, you see the pyramid, and then you see an oblong, which is a rectangle. So it's designed like a rectangle, not a square, but a rectangle. And you see again all over, but we're gonna break it down into the ancient Egyptian. You see, we're gonna break it down into the ancient Egyptian. Okay, so when you look here at the pyramid, now this is the pyramid. I believe it don't say what pyramid. I believe it's either Khafra. I believe it's either Khafra. But anyway, now the pyramid in that instance is the Venema, okay? And inside the Venema is the Holy of Holies. Okay, now in that Venema, in the Holy of Holies, you either find the lingam, you will find a statue or some profound deity whom they want to venerate. But in the pyramid, the sacred symbol is either the king or the queen. Okay, there's either the king or the queen. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is that there is a temple that is connected to almost all pyramids that they don't talk about. Okay, they don't talk about that. And so when you look at this, you will see the mortuary temple is in front of the pyramid. Now, if I have to do my research. I don't know if I don't believe it had an entrance in from the temple into the pyramid. I believe when they seal it, it's sealed. You see what I'm saying? So I believe that you can see that there's walls around the pyramid, and the temple to make it a complex. You see what I'm saying? It is a temple pyramid complex, inside of a wall enclosure. But if you look in the front, you see when you look down in the courtyard, you will see the colonnade. Okay, the colonnade. So when you look at when you look at this Hindu temple, you see that this is exactly what you see in front of the pyramid. You got the Venema, but I think you got access to be able to go into the Venema. I believe because I believe the Holy of Holies, because the priests go in and they very well might pour milk and whatever they do to do their rituals over the lingam or whatever. But inside of this uh, elongated area of the temple is a colonnade, and I had that and to show you that leads to the pyramid. So this is exactly what you seeing here. Okay, and it can be broken down on a deeper level. Now, when you see here, this is what I'm talking about. Now they call the temple part of it the mandapa. Okay, that's what it's called, the mandapa. And you can see it's a colonnade in there. You see the colonnade. As a matter of fact, let me see, is that hypostyle? Where it looked like it might be colonnade in the first part of the mandapa, but then it might have been a hypostyle hall in the second part, because you see a hypostyle hall is a room full of columns, and then a colonnade is just one row of columns on each side. You know what I'm saying? One row. Okay, so I don't know if it was, I believe the first area of the mandapa looked like a colonnade, and the second part looked like a hypostyle. Now, so when you look and you come back to the pyramid, and you see here, you can look down in there, and you see the colonnade down in there. Okay, and so it depending on what temple. Wait a minute, let me blow that up for y'all. Let me blow that up for y'all. Okay, so yeah, when you look down into the first part where it say more right down here, you see the colonnade. This is colonnade because they take some of the columns out of there, so this might be hypostyle too. But this is a courtyard, so I don't think they had it. It wouldn't have been a hypostyle, so it was a colonnade. But as you go deeper into the temple, some temples have a hypostyle hall, but this is the same as what you seeing right here. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You see right there, and so when you look up in there, that's the lingam, and that's almost similar to the obelisk, but it's shorter. They have other they have columns that they have outside of the Hindu temple too. That's very similar to the obelisk, but the lingam is symbolic of the phallus, the phallus of the deity. So that's probably the only aspect that when you come up through there, you will be able to enter into the holy of holies if you the priest. In ancient Egypt, only the high priest could enter the holy of holies. Not even lesser priests could enter the holy of holies. Okay, so you had to be the high priest. And now let me see if I can see right here. Now this is at the bottom. You see the venema. You see, and then up front you see the mandapa. Now in Egypt, in the temple is constructed the same way. Now in Egypt, also what they call the pylon, in many instances take place for the venema. You see what I'm saying? Or what they call them? Not the venom. No, not the venom, but the here it is. The Gopurim. Okay, the Gopurim. Okay, now that's like that's the entrance into the sacred courtyard. Okay, so when you look at the pylon, you see the entrance, ancient Egypt, how you can go into the temple. And so the Gopurim is the pylon. You see, and you can even see the wall, the sacred enclosure, even to create a sanctuary like that. The whole layout is Egyptian. There's no doubt about it. The Gopurim is the the pylon, okay, and the venomum. So here you got a mixture of the pyramid and the temple, and which they have in ancient Egypt too. It depends on what particular temple that you go to. Okay, it depends on what particular temple. Now this is called the shore temple, because it's built right up off the shore. And so you see this is in the south. See, these temples is much different than them temples up north. See, these temples down here is built with stone. And see, down here to the left, down at the bottom, right? You see the cows down there, okay, which is Heru. You see Heru down here. These is cows, which is sacred. The bull and the cow is sacred in India and in Egypt. In Egypt, it was the Apis bull and Heru, okay, and in India, the bull was named Nandi. Okay, it was named Nandi, and so you see that the same sacred zoo types, animal spirits were venerated in India and Egypt. Okay, both and the pyramid also. So you see, yeah, Mahalaba, Mahabalipuram. Okay, so that was one of those areas where they had a lot of them stone temples. But this is no doubt, in the Kushite influence, Egypto Kushite Naga influence of southern India. Okay, no doubt about it. And so, wait a minute, let me nah. They call it now you can see this is what they use for the obelisk. They use what they call it's called stahamba. Stahamba. Okay. And so this was the column that was in front of the temple, some of the temples. And so this is where you get the obelisk or symbolisms of the obelisk. Okay. And now this is mind blowing right here. Let's look at this, man. Now this is a temple in India. Now you see, now if you could look all the way down there, and that's the holy of holies. That's the sanctum. Okay, that's the sanctum down here. You see the small colonnade. You see the small colonnade. A colonnade is when there's more than one row, okay, of columns. Now, if it's just one row on each side, that's a colonnade. Wait a minute, a hypostyle hall. This is a hypostyle hall. When it's more than one row of columns on each side, then it's a hypostyle hall. Hypostyle mean a room of many columns. A colonnade is just one row on each side. So this is a hypostyle. This is a hypostyle hall up in here, leading down to the Holy of Holies. Okay. And so you look here again, you seeing now this is just, it looks like this is just a colonnade, that lead down to the Holy of Holies. And you see where the deity, now look at this Egyptian, this is at Abydos. You see, and you come up here and you see this is the Holy of Holies. Now, this is the same exact temple. Ain't no getting away from that. There's no getting away from that. Ain't no coincidence in that. That's right and exact. That's the Eleanor Caves, Maharashtra, India. And so that's the same temple. Period. Ain't no getting away from that. So the Kushites of India, the Kushites of Africa were one global empire. The science was, and it's always going to be flavors. You feel what I'm saying? We are people of many natural flavors and frequency of the universe. You feel me? And we have many instances where you feel me, where we are so similar. Then we have our uniqueness in our other flavors, but it's still Kushite. You see, it ain't no getting away from that. It's still Kushite. So that show you right there that that's the same exact temple, same exact structure, leading up, and everybody else. And that's why even when you come into the church, you see, when you come into the church, when you come in and you look down, Jesus and God gonna always be on the wall furthest from the door. That's it. When you come into the door, the front door, you see, normally when you come through, and it depends, some churches where you come, but most of the time, the front door, when you come through the front door and you look all the way to the end of that church, you're going to find an image of God or this, and that's symbolic of the sanctum, the Holy of Holies, you see? And so this is where that come from. Let me see. Let me see if I got down. Yeah, that's very profound too. You know what I'm saying? How when you come to, let me, like when you get to Angkor Wat. See, when you get to now, this is right here. When you look at all these statues, that right there is at the Temple of Luxor. Okay, it leads up to the Temple of Luxor. Now, at one time, they said that these statues led all the way down to the Temple of Karnak. Now, Luxor is the Grand Lodge. You know that's where the priests, when it was time to initiate the priest, they would come to Luxor. That's where they were initiated at. Okay, but you see the rows of of what they call horn mackets, and that lead, or for many of y'all, but it's not a sphinx because a sphinx is female, but it's a human head, lion body statue, depicting probably one of the great pharaohs of that time, either Amenhotep or Ramesses II. But when you come to this is Angkor Wat, and you see all the statues that lead down to the temple. You see the same the concept. So the blueprint of the temple is the same. Ain't no getting away from that. Okay, you got your rows of statues that lead down to the temple. Now, when you get to Angkor Wat, of course, you see that it's surrounded by water and it's got a sacred lake. But Karnak, the great city, temple of Amen, also has the great lake, the sacred lake. Where the priests and would perform, they sacred rituals. And so, you know what? We just touching on it because we know we don't need no permission from no Cro-Magnon Neanderthal or no goddamn body else to drop this science and to drop this truth. Okay, and so for the family out there, this is for the sacred, for the elite family. You see, when we talk about Hollywood, when we talk about all that, you're gonna find all type of people in here. But when we go into the mysteries, just watch it. That's the way it's supposed to be. When you go into the mysteries, you're going to see that the crowd going to get smaller and smaller. Now, I'm going to come back up here with some Hollywood shit and this, that, and the third, and these niggas going to be in here in droves. But when we get ready, and that's okay. This is for those that want to take that, that want to take that to another level on the spiritual priesthood, priestess. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. You on that? If you on that level, that's what it's about. Now, brother asked about APEP. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we're gonna talk about APEP next. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the information, and then I know you niggas want to talk. Them niggas out there want to talk about some Hollywood or some shit like that, and we'll get them back in because they had to peak on their own. We can't. Yeah, we can't. They had to peak on their own. They peak. They peak. I watched the number. They peak, but see, they don't want their peoples to see them over here getting no knowledge. You see what I'm saying? They got to stay, that's them cool niggas, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, they had to come and peek on their own. They don't want to get caught in the chat or nothing like that. But that's all right, family. Thank y'all for being here today. I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to hit up some of them links, support the general, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation, Black Power.